Good evening. I am Emma Goddard and you will find me at coastalcrafter.com. Tonight is a Monday, so slightly different. Thank you for your understanding in me moving things around. But hopefully over the holiday time people are fairly flexible. Good evening to everyone joining. How are you all doing? I hope you've had a lovely Christmas. Unusual, different, slightly strange, but relaxing and lovely nonetheless, I hope. So good evening everyone. Let me just pop this. Ooh. Hear myself then, that was slightly odd. Oh, Naomi, you forgot. Good job I didn't. We've just been watching, what have we finished just watching? The second Harry Potter. We're on a Harry Potter marathon. So tomorrow night we're on to number 3. And yeah, morning Narelle, how are you? And we watched, what did we watch the other day? The non-Harry Potter, but the other one. The Beasts, Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them. I enjoyed that, that was good. I've seen it before, but haven't watched it in a while. That was good. Good evening, everyone. Hello, hello. So, just before we start, I'm not sure of surnames, so you're going to have to forgive me, but I did pull names off the comments. So these cards that were up on my blog, I don't even know if they're the right way up, they are. I had pulled names and they are going to Melissa, Bethany and Carla. The first thing is, if that's your first name, then you're in with a better chance than anyone who's not got that as their first name. But go over to my blog, and if you've commented, I've replied to you to say that you've been picked out for one of these cards. Pop me a message or pop me an email and I will put this out in the post to you all. So that was just to let you know. This evening I thought I would play with this set. So this is a new sneaky peek. It's called Sweet Strawberry. It's got some florals, but it's got the strawberries in there as well. And these lovely papers. I was going to do a bit of watercolouring with these, but I'll just show you the papers as well. These are a free celebration set of papers. They are really lovely. Really, really lovely. So let's turn over the camera and we can then start. It is so summery, isn't it? Oh, thought I'd nearly pulled that off the shelf. There we go. Hopefully we've got enough light on the situation. So let me bring those papers in for those who haven't maybe seen them. Aren't they gorgeous? And then say on the other side, I did, Lizzie's on asking, I had an absolutely brilliant evening. And yeah, we didn't finish till about 10:30. I think it must have been about 10:30. So it was a good job that I moved the live because yeah, it was just lovely. So couldn't stop smiling. It was just so lovely to catch up with everyone and a real giggle. It was really good. It would be even better in person, but this was definitely the next best thing. So right, let's grab this stamp set. So this one is one that you can purchase and it comes with a coordinating punch. Louise, yes, I'm going to take photographs. I got some beautiful Christmas cards. I got, and thank you for yours as well. I got beautiful Christmas cards sent, and some really thoughtful and lovely messages inside as well. They're all in the lounge on the shelves up in my craft room in various places, so I'm not going to grab them this evening, but I am planning to take some photographs and I will share them over on my Instagram. I will see what I can do about sharing on here as well. Michelle says, gorgeous papers. They will be so popular during celebration. They sure will. And you know what's even better is that papers come with this stamp set as well. So you get double whammy. So you get that extra stamp set and you get the papers. So I'm just pulling off the kind of leaves and the flowers. So what's cool about this one as well, for those who maybe haven't realised, is I do believe, didn't grab it out, but this flower, Linda, you're not alone. Linda says I had to get 2 sets. Yes, I may have also got a couple. So this one, look at this. Is the lighting okay? I'm just checking you can see this okay. It looks a bit shadowy on my camera. Hopefully. This is the Small Blossom Punch that is already in the main catalogue, and that coordinates. How cool. So this one will punch out your other flower. So that will punch out the smaller flower there. Strawberries, leaves, and the other leaves are on that punch, but the larger flower is already in our collection. So that's just a bit of a tip. So I was doing a card for a upcoming blog hop. I'm not going to share that particular card with you, but I'm going to share the technique that I was using, which was watercoloured. So ages ago, the stamp set is no longer current. I did like a watercoloured chicken and dropped kind of water onto it and did like really loose watercolour outside of the lines, and I wanted to do something similar with that, kind of inspired by the papers and the colours on the papers, but not using the papers. Not that we shouldn't use the papers, just saying we should use the papers because they are beautiful. But I'm going to use Stays On and kind of gonna just centralise ish this. Good evening, Joanna. Morning, Donna. Oh, that was a bit rubbish. Let's try again. That was the first stamp of that. Did I had a lovely Christmas, thank you. All a bit different, wasn't it? But yeah, it's nice to have time and some lovely food and things like that. So lots to be very thankful for. I'm going trying to think about what I'm doing because I'm not quite sure. So this is first out the packet. I love using new stuff. Just having a play with the new and just sort of seeing what it will do and what it will turn into. I'm gonna stamp that like so, and then we can punch out another to go over the top, but I'm happy with that. Actually, that's okay. So I think that is okay for now. And the reason I'm using the stays on is because I'm going to watercolour, so I don't want the memento to run, because the memento is the same as our ink pads. All our coloured ink pads, they're all water based. So this all has, just to say as well, this all has like infill. So if colouring in is not your bag, or you're newer to stamping and you've maybe not I've got the different colouring materials and things like that, then this is a great set. And I'll just quickly show you before I colour this. If I get a real red. And then that will infill your strawberry. So I've just seen Narelle telling her about time she got here. Coffee in hand, I hope. Coffee in hand. I get that over the top. And then the punch, of course, if you... Which way round is that? Kind of that way. If you were to then colour that as well, you've got your punch. Oops. That will punch out that piece to stick on top. So that's how that kind of will all come in. Oh, you're so good. Been to the gym. Too good. That will also infill the leaves as well. So you've got all the infills. So that was just to show you how the punch and those work. Right, on with the colouring. So I was going to do kind of a mix of red and raspberry, maybe. Blackberry bliss, maybe raspberry. So, just to say, whilst I'm colouring away and chatting, this catalogue, this new catalogue, goes live on Tuesday. So it goes live on the 5th of January. So I am going to be doing rather than a one-off catalogue launch, so not a one day, I am going to be doing a catalogue countdown. So this is going to be from, whilst I'm talking, I'm also trying to find an ink colour. Just a little bit of multitasking, but I'm not doing very well. So the catalogue countdown is going to be Friday the 1st, so New Year's Day, this Friday. It's going to be Saturday the 2nd. Sunday I'm on here live anyway, and then it's going to be on Monday the 4th. Now this will be a Zoom live event. It will be each evening, the Friday, the Saturday and the Monday. Now, if you are part of the Card and a Cuppa Extra, so you're either in my team or you're in the Card and a Cuppa group, which is available on my blog, then this is free to you. So you will be sent the invites and the links, and it'll all be streamed into that group. So that's happening for you anyway, as part of the cost of the Card and a Cuppa group. If you are not in that Card and a Cuppa group, but you would like to join the 3 Zoom lives, then it's £5, and anyone is welcome to join. And it's 7:30 in the evening for an hour or so on the Friday, Saturday, Monday, and that is available on my blog website to book onto. But do consider, if you're in the Card and a Cuppa Extra from January to June, the group is, and that is £45. So it's £7.50 a month for 6 months. But things like the Card and a Cuppa, the catalogue launches, guests, extra live events, extra kind of top tips and tutorials will be running in that Card and a Cuppa group. So there'll be the Friday event plus extra. And that is £7.50 a month for the 6 months. Only up until the 4th. On the 5th, the price will change and it will be £60. So it'll be £10 a month, which is still great value. But if you join now and join early, only £7.50. Plus the catalogue launches are free. So there you go. I think that covers it. Any questions? But yeah, I'd love you to join. But if you're kind of thinking, I'm not sure I want to do the Card and a Cuppa, you can still come and join us for the Zoom. 3 evenings, Zoom, loads of ideas with new catalogue. Lots of fun, yeah, so that will be going on. So there you go. So I'm just grabbing the Granny Apple Green. I'm hoping that the brush is now clean. And says, I hope I receive it for my birthday. Who am I kidding? I will treat myself. Yay. It's so good. I've been running them kind of a similar sort of thing monthly since April, but I'm doing them as a 6 month. You kind of go in for the 6 months because the group is just you build friendships. You're seeing similar, the same people in there. We share our ideas back into that group. It's just really, really lovely. And that group will stay the same group for 6 months. So yeah, Naomi says, can you tell us more about the content of the Card and a Cuppa sessions? I sure can. Every Friday morning, so it's 10:30 till 11:30 every Friday morning, there is a Zoom session, and I will have shared sneak peeks and kind of instructions ahead. Just kind of like you want to grab certain ink colours, or you might want to grab a suggested stamp set, things like that. And then you can craft along with the design, with the products that you have. And the idea is that you kind of use what you've got. Or if you have the particular stamp set, then it's great for ideas. But it's so lovely, the one card kind of design that I will share and demonstrate. Then everyone who crafts along, it's so brilliant to see all the different ideas that come out and the different ways. So we talk about different techniques or different way to do different things. So there's four, every Friday of the month there is a live. So it's kind of the equivalent of a class over the month. But it's different stamp sets, but what you're getting is techniques or layout or ideas or kind of, and just the social as well. So because it's on Zoom, we get to chat, and then that gets streamed into the Facebook group, so the replay's there if you're in bed and not yet up yet. If you're another part of the world, then that's still there for you on replay as well. So that is Petal Pink, by the way. So this is Granny Apple Green, and that is Petal Pink. It is brilliant, Naomi. Honestly, it's absolutely brilliant. And I'm not just saying that it's just such a lovely group, and very friendly, and everyone is welcome. And right, so I'm just going to add a little bit more water to that because it's a bit heavy, and I want it to be a bit more watercoloured. And as you can see, I have deliberately gone outside of the lines. So, oh, Rebecca, I've been in the colour for months. I love it. Oh, it is. It's all over the world, and it's just, yeah, it's brilliant. Louise, yeah, so it's part of the new Card and a Cuppa Extra. So yeah, it's £5 for the catalogue launch, or you can come and join the catalogue, the Card and a Cuppa Extra. So you've got choices. So I'm just grabbing the Old Olive. Absolutely, Naomi. Isn't that so true? What you need, so loads of sets and never to make the leap to actually make it. Exactly. So like, you know, I will sometimes show alternatives on the day as well. So there'll be one specific card that I've made, but then like I might make, I did one the other week where we used like positive thoughts. So it was like floral and butterflies, but then did exactly the same layout and changed it up and used the Game On set with the chess and the cards. So it just gives you different ways to use your stamp sets. And obviously stamp sets that you've maybe not put ink on yet. So, plus you can say you meet lovely, lovely people from all over the world. Oh, thanks, Rach. Okay, so I want to put some splatters on here. What do we think of that so far? So just really inky, a bit kind of simple stamping, dare I say? I'm going to maybe put a little bit of champagne mist. And I think as well, it's different in the sense that I run classes as well that include product and things like that, but this is more about grabbing what you have and kind of using what you have on hand. So definitely about the chat as well as the craft. Rachel's giving me love hearts and strawberries. Thank you. Let's put a few sparkles. So I'll put some rhinestones on here as well. Five, and then if we grab one of the sentiments, so in this we have, I look forward to it as well so much, Kathy. Everyone sort of said, oh, how much they've loved it, which is obviously lovely feedback, but honestly, I love my Fridays. Kathleen says it's a great way to start your Friday. I look forward to the Fridays a lot. So should we have Just For You? And honestly, if you're unsure, coming along to the catalogue launch would give you a feel for what they're kind of like, and you know, it's pretty similar to kind of how my Facebook Lives run as well. So Melissa says, do I let you know ahead of time what stamps are? But I do, yes. I send it out on email, and I send out the Zoom links, and I put it all in the group as well. Obviously you guys are on Facebook because you're here now. But for some people who are not on Facebook, the links go out in an email as well. So if you sign up, you get an email with all the details too. So I am going to Versamark, and Jackie says it's too early for me here in the US. Yes, you should be tucked up in bed when they're when the card and the cuppers are happening. But Jacqueline says she looks forward to replays. And the thing is, with the card and a cuppa now being card and a cuppa extra, there may well be some evening Facebook Lives or extra Zooms and things like that popping in. So although you won't be able to catch all of them live, there will be some extras as well. So it's so great, and it's lovely seeing different colorways and different things that people use. Right, I'm going to maybe die cut that out. So I am going to grab the textured labels. Tasteful, I don't know what they're called. What are they called? I never know what anything's called. I know the ones I'm looking for though. The labels. Where are they? Where are they? I will find them. Bear with, sorry. I should have looked. I should have looked these out. There we go. These ones. Hazel says I have to watch the extras on replay unless I can hide in a cupboard. Jackie, that's a very good question. When's the deadline? So there is actually no deadline. It's £45 at the moment, so £7.50 a month equivalent. If you sign up after the catalogue goes live, so you've got till the 4th for the early bird offer. If you sign up on the 5th, you can still sign up, but it's more. And if you decide to sign up later in the month, you can still join because you'll have the back catalogue. Because I'll put my teeth in a minute. The group will be the group for 6 months, so everything will stay in there for the time and beyond. So there we go. Yeah, for the early bird it is available at that price until the 4th. So these are the Tasteful label dies and the mini mini doodah. Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. So that is that one. And then we can just pop that up. So I've white embossed and pop that up on the black. So I'm just going to pop that on a dimensional. Where are my dimensionals? There. I opened a new packet with you guys last week. I cannot have gone through 3 sheets of them already. Although I have been crafting a lot. Have you all had time for a little bit of crafting so far over the holidays? Oh, Hazel says, I wouldn't miss the Fridays for the world, even when I'm tired and don't craft. No, it's lovely just to have the company, isn't it? Then have the chat, have the company, and then do the crafting a little bit later. So I'm going to just trim this down a little. Just because I want to... I say a little, I've just chopped that quite a lot. And I'm going to pop that on a black mount. Where is it? Oh, Emma, I will definitely be sharing ideas with the Celebration papers for sure. We all need ideas with those, don't we? So, I'm going to, that's 13.5 by 9.2. But that has ended up as, so I will do 9.5 by 13.8, something like that. That will do. This is watercolour paper. So Jacqueline says it's shimmery white or watercolour. So this is watercolour. Pam says quiet holiday, lots of crafting. I love that. I'm glad to hear it. Chris says I'm having to start packing. Oh my goodness, moving craft stuff. Moving full stop, but moving craft stuff. Ugh. Are you realising all the things that you have? Scary. Right, let's do another one. I'm going to put these onto cards in a minute, but let's do another one with Oh, I missed your comment, Dan. Sorry. Dan says she's made lots with the Berry Blessings designer paper. It's gorgeous. Let's do one with the berries. Or should we do another? Should we do another strawberry? Like, but do like some different coloured kind of maybe one this way. Should we do another strawberry one? Oh, that's quite all right. Oh, wait, do you do that with your stays on? Do you try and stamp with the plastic cover? Always. Without fail. You're right. Sometimes simple can be best. I can do simple sometimes. some great pictures of the pick your own farms taken my son when he was little. This would be perfect for a scrapbook page with those photos. Okay, so oh, Kirsty, that is so clever. She puts a dimensional, so put a dimensional on there and it keeps it in the lid, so when you lift it out, I shall do that. Very clever. Right, let's do you're doing some fussy cutting. Love it. I'm just gonna pop some water on, and I'm just chucking it on. It's probably not I say chucking it on, not literally. That sounds a bit, I'm trying to aim for the strawberries, I'm not just throwing it on the paper generally. So we've got real red somewhere, and flirty flamingo. I'm going to get, just inspired by the colours on the papers, I'm going to get some yellows, I'm going to get the raspberry out, more pink. So this is flirty flamingo. So flirty flamingo. He says just stays on. Exactly, it stays on. So that's how you remember. So with the name, it stays on where you put it. But you do need a special cleaner for it, because it doesn't just stay on the paper, it stays on your stamps. So, but the cleaner is in the catalogue. So Daffodil Delight. So a bit of yellow. I'm gonna have a touch of red because the water's already on there. The ink will run. Let's do one with the raspberry. Oh, that's quite a lot of water. Whoops. There's a lot of water on there. So Louise says no, it's the opposite actually. So the blends need to be memento. So because the blends are alcohol based, so it stays on. It will the two together will move. So if you use stays on and stays on with watercolour, memento with blends. So this is the what is that? Raspberry. I'm just putting some dark ink. And is that in focus enough? I'm just looking at my screen thinking it looks a bit out of focus. Hopefully it's fine. So, got the red going on there. Touch more yellow maybe. Do you like these? Just playing, isn't it? Just playing with the... Give that a wipe. Gonna grab some more yellow. So that's the Daffodil Delight ink refill. It looks very arty. Thanks. So let's pop some Yellows in there. And do you want a bit of darker red maybe as well? Should we get some? Cherry cobbler might be a bit dark, so I'll just go careful with that because we don't want it to be too we don't want it to be too dark red. They've gone a bit yellow. Whoops. Whoops. Look at that. Just lift some of the colour back off. It's fine. That's the beauty of the watercolouring. Yay, Rachel. So exciting. It's going to be good. And it's really nice as well that the group's there for 6 months. So the card and the cuppa is there for 6 months. So you'll be going into the same group. So it'll all be there to replay and watch, and you'll have all of that there. So, right. Let's just heat this to make sure that it doesn't move. So dry this off. And then we can add a touch of green to the leaves at the top. And should we do Granny Apple to keep it nice and bright? Morning, Andrea. Let's do this. So this is the thinnest of the water painter brushes, which is perfect for getting in those smaller spaces. But as you can see with the strawberries, we've not kept in the lines at all. So that is the whole kind of point. So we can just add a little bit more. Just cautiously put some of that on. And oh, lid's gone. And then that's the old olive. And the shimmery white paper would work well for this as well. And it gives you the full A4 sheet, so you've got bigger amounts of paper to play with. Oh, do you like the strawberries, Barbara? That's good. Right, shall we just pop on that? That would be cool in a frame, wouldn't it? You had that as like a summer frame. I love strawberries. We've got some brilliant ones from our local farm shop. Normally you can't get them. Well, you can get them just about at this time of year, can't you? But they're never very good. They're never very tasty. But we got a punnet of them from the farm shop and the local farm shop just before Christmas, and they were so good. So yummy. Let's do... put the thank you on there. Oh, hello there. Let's do the hello there. I'm going to do this in Versamark as well. And then we'll find a little die for that. It's hiding. One. And you should see the pile of inks on my desk. I've been very good. I've done lots of creating the last couple of days, and I've been very good though. I've kind of each time I've cleared my desk away and then started afresh. Otherwise it just gets piles and piles and piles, doesn't it? That one, and then what have we got in this die set? So we've got, oh, that banner might be perfect actually. Is that gonna fit? Just maybe just about. Do the same. That one fits. Oh, it does need to be. I wonder how much that's going to chop off. I wonder if that will. It's a bit tight, isn't it? I'm not sure. That's a bit tight. Let's see. Might just trim that down rather than going to excuse me. I might just trim that down rather than going to fish out more dies at the minute. Typically I might go and have a little rummage through, but I don't want to leave everyone hanging around while I look. So I'll just cut that down. And I'm just trimming it down a bit because it was a bit big actually. There we go. Just there maybe. You can put that on some dimensionals. And also with some there. Kind of needs to come in a little bit, doesn't it, from the edge there. And we can just put some sparkles on that as well. Do we like that? And then we can, oh, I've left the sticky bit on the page. Ooh. Maybe just the 3. Don't know. A few more. I keep leaving the stickies on the piece of acetate. I'm not being very careful about picking that up. There. Move that one over there. Don't know. I'm very indecisive about my sparkles today. That's better. Normally I'm like straight down, but there we go. Do you want to case that card? That's so lovely. I'm glad that you feel inspired to go and make that. Right, let's do. Wonder if just need a bit of black to layer that. I'm going to trim that down. So I'm going to trim the width, not the length. And I've cut that down to about 8 centimetres. And I will cut that to 14.8 by 8.5. So hopefully, I've got a slight overhang. Let me do it that way. I'll stick that on and then I'll trim the over spill. So we've got the border top and bottom, but not on the edges. Do you like that? I'm quite pleased with that. Kind of inspiration from the papers. So let's trim. So we've now got a tiny bit of the hang over the edge. There we go, and we can put those onto card bases. And then how are we doing for time? What's it? 20, nearly 9:30. Have people got time for another one? I think I know. I need. Kirsty says I need my take my pick tool. It's ridiculous because I actually have 3 of them sitting like within arm's reach, but I will still continue to struggle with my fingernails. Like, what is that about? And the reason I have 3 is because I used to use them for classes and things, not because I feel the need to have 3 separate take your pick tools. Let's do white card bases. So if I do one that way, is that a yes to another? Is everyone all right for time? Everyone's like, yes, it's vacation, it's fine, we're on holiday, and it's nearly my birthday. Nearly your birthday, Emma, tomorrow. Whoa, whoa. How exciting. Let's pop that one on there. Then we'll have a set of 3 as well. You know, we wouldn't want these 2 to Rebecca says, do you really need to ask? I know, imagine if you all went, no, get off, go away. We've had enough of you. Like, no more cards. Thought we could do one with the other set, so like the blueberries and the leaves and things. So this card I've cut going that way. Jacqueline says never. Janice says I've got all day. So let's pop that on with the slightly thicker border, which I like, and that shimmer paint has now dried, so it doesn't take too much. Nice and simple. There, so we've got that one and that one. That would look cool in a frame, wouldn't it? Ah, happy birthday to Rebecca's husband. Jennifer's last week. Doot doot. Could do a little box to put them in. Yes, with the papers on the top. How cool would that be? Don't make me make a box in front of you with I haven't practiced, because it just won't go well. That won't be pretty. I'll get very stressed. don't mind decorating a box, but making the actual measurements of a box takes a lot of brain power. A lot. So, okay, let's clear my desk a little. Let's just shove some stuff to one side. Okay, blueberries, let's do. Oh, blueberries and raspberries. Look, we've got raspberries here, or black currants as well. So wishing you the very best. Love it. We've got these blueberries. Let's do a little fruit selection. Should we do? So this set that I am going to work with here, being the blueberries, this one is a celebration item. You can't purchase this one. You can earn it for free with an order of £90. So the stamp set and the designer paper is your free item. This one is purchasable in the catalogue from the 5th, Tuesday. And if you haven't got a catalogue and you haven't got a designated demonstrator that you're already in contact with, then please let me know and I'll be happy to send you a catalogue. Right, let's do watercolour, blueberries and raspberries. Love it. It's so nice over the holidays to have time to just craft. So family time as well, obviously. We were going to go out for a walk today, but it just was persistently raining. Every time I thought, oh, looks like it might have a bit of a breather, no, down came the rain again. So I don't know what the forecast is for tomorrow, but we are going to try and get out, get some fresh air, and if not, we'll just have to go out with coats and waterproofs. But it's not quite the same, is it? Oh, famine this stays on. Whoops. Oh, that's all right, Marty. Catch the rest on replay. Oh, Emma, so true. Emma says, I'm going to spend my birthday crafting. There's very little else you can do. Pregnant and in tier 4. I know, we're in tier 4 here too. I know. So, right, raspberries. My son was just waving through the door at me saying good night. Do I want those on there or not? Don't know. I've now kind of jumbled that together, thinking probably not, or we could mask. Could mask that. Maybe I will stamp that again. Let me do that again with the raspberry. I might use that again. I'll see. Yeah. Oh, it is what it is, isn't it? I'm just going to have to... Thank goodness for technology and thank goodness for crafting. Is all I can say. Is that right? Does that go on there like that? It is now. It is now. If anyone thinks it should be any different, you can shout up, but that's where I'm going to put it. Just going to go like that. Just going to go with it. And gin. Quite right, Linda. I've got a cup of tea tonight, but yeah, gin is definitely in order, isn't it? Oh, look. Duff that. Let's go over that. That'll be fine. Sparkly gin to the rescue. I got some talking of fruits and things, I got a very lovely present from a friend. She got an allotment and had made homemade strawberry gin and blackberry or blackcurrant. I'd need to read the label, but they're both lovely. Very, very nice. Plus one of my 5 a day. Okay, that's better. I'm happier with that. Do we want some leaves on that, or are we gonna stick with it as is? That would be the leaves for. I'm gonna stick with as is, I think. That'd be fine. Oh, Andrea, it is so yum. Kirsty's a grow rhubarb and make my... What else is rhubarb for? Crumble, obviously. Crumble and gin. Yum. Okay. Let's do raspberries. So we want these just to be lovely, rich red, dark red colour. I'm going to go a touch of cherry cobbler, I think. Yeah, crumble, oh, with lovely cream as well. Yum, yum. Crumble. It's got to be one of the nicest desserts, hasn't it? They look all nice with the Mary. Diane approves of Kirsty's gin. Vouch for it. I feel there's been probably, I feel there's probably quite a lot of tasting sessions going on there. Just to check that it's okay. I mean, all for testing purposes, obviously. Just to check. Let's do Pacific Point. So Pacific Point. Oh God, you're making me really hungry. Stop it. Mother-in-law makes an amazing one. Nutty oaty top with that blob of Bailey's cream. Yummy. I could just talk about food all day. I love it. So, got more in the lines with these ones actually. I've got more in the lines than inky. Maybe. Well, indeed. I had to check it was up to last year's standards. Does it take all season just to compare? Just have to keep checking it. Every batch, every bottle could be different. I mean, you wouldn't want a funny batch. Right, let's do a bit more outside the lines, a bit more inky, and then we want some green in there as well. I've got a jar of water just to get rid of the ink on the end of the brush, just because I'm jumping from different colours. It's Pacific Point. So that's Pacific Point, and I've used a bit of cherry cobbler, but real red would work. And then we'll go in with the green. I'm just being careful to make sure that that's not touching it doesn't run too much is what I'm saying. It's because you don't want the green running into the red or blue. So let's get, oh, I want these to be a bit more inky looking, so I'm just going back over with some darker blue. And just sort of blobbing that down. I'm not going to mix that in because otherwise you lose that like inkiness. I don't want to circle around. You know, with blends you will colour around and blend it all in. You don't want to do that with the watercolour. You want to have it a bit more inky. I'll try and get some darker patches on this. They go brilliantly together, don't they, as a set? I know I've not mixed the two, but they go together so well. I wonder if I could do some splatters of the blue ink. Take my chances. Let's see. Maybe I've got the champagne, so I'm going to just mix a little bit of that. Just a drop. It would, Janice said, would make a lovely box set. Absolutely would, wouldn't it? It would be really nice. This is the Pacific Point ink. So that's the champagne and the Pacific Point, but you get, look at that, glitzy, shimmery. Add a touch of the blue splatters. Can you see that? And it's got some shimmer to it as well. I don't know how well that's showing up on camera. Just going to dry that off so that it doesn't run too much. But can you, with the watercolour, I think I've done this before, with the watercolours on the watercolour paper, if you get your chamois oh, it's blobby bit, but it's quite forgiving that you can kind of, with a damp chamois, you can wipe off any splodgy bits, providing it's not too much. That will wipe off. So, right, we've now got our berries. We now want a sentiment. So, should we do happy birthday, you sweet thing? Or we've got, what have we got on here? You always have a way of making my day. Bountiful blessings, wishing you the berry. Oh, it's got to be wishing you the berry best, hasn't it? It's like the perfect sentiment. Let's put that on there. We'll keep it all together in the black rather than changing it up. So if we do the white embossing on the black, I'll just keep it all as a set. I may well make a little box for these. Like I say, not tonight and not on camera. That sort of book fold box would be lovely, wouldn't it? 3 on each side. Welcome to everyone joining. Lots of you on here this evening. I normally, if you're new to me and you've not been on a live with me before, I normally go live on a Sunday evening at 8:30 UK time. So that's where you can generally find me. Let me grab out. That one might be quite nice. That there. And, or does that, no, that doesn't fit. Let's see. Should we do this one? That's quite a nice fit, isn't it? Let's do that one. So I've got the mini, and we will pop that on there. Just move that out a little so you can see that a bit better. And it's so handy having that mini. Okay, let's pop that. Wishing you the very best. Over that side, I think. And I will just grab some more. I will answer that question in a moment. I've just seen someone asking about the mini to get started. I will explain something in a moment. No, I don't, but then that's because I'll just grab my dimensionals. I'll finish up this card and then I'll show you where you're putting your plates for your big machine, your normal machine. Normally you kind of want to, you generally line them up fairly straight or what have you, but it's got bigger rollers and a bigger sort of grab area, whereas this being smaller with a smaller rollers and a smaller area, you do want to slightly offset your plates so that you're not trying to put such a thick amount of plates into the machine for it to get hold of. You want it to be slightly offset, and I'll show you that in a minute. I just gems somewhere. They must be under the paper. I definitely wasn't that tidy. I put my gems somewhere and I can't find them. I will come back to them in a minute. I don't know where they are. They'll be around somewhere. Right. I'm just going to cut a layer to this. So that piece is exactly the same size as my black layer, so I'm just going to take a little bit off each side, less than half a centimetre. So yeah, that will go on there, and then I will show you the mini. Let me just give that a press on. Done. Glue is nearly out. That one is the third of that set. So I just need to find some sparkles, which are laying around here for sure. So, there they are. Found them. Found them. They weren't too far away. Okay. Done. Okay, so you've got 1, 2, 3, all watercoloured, all using Stays On. Nice little set. So there you go. So hope you like those. Oh, thank you. Jen says no linen thread. No, not tonight, I know. So that is those. The mini, let me just show you. So when you're putting it through the machine, when you're putting the plates through, if you kind of stack them together and you're going to be putting, although they're beveled, you're putting all of that, trying to grab into the machine at quite a blunt edge. So when you put it like that, it has grabbed, but sometimes people are sort of finding that it might not grab straight away. I have one as a cutting and one as a top plate. You can rotate them, what have you. That doesn't necessarily, I don't find that that makes any difference. What I do find is that if I slightly offset the plates when I'm putting them through, there is a smaller area for the machine, for the rollers to grab. Whereas if you're doing that, it's trying to grab around a bigger flat edge. So by just putting them like that, it will grab into the rollers. No problems. I haven't had any problems at all. Like there, it's just, it needs to just be into the machine and then it will grab through. So that would be my top tip. When you first roll it, it was fine. Then I was finding that it wasn't quite, but the roller's a bit further in to the machine because it's smaller. So you want to be able to get that through into the machine. Does that make sense? So it's just a bit, it's a different way. It's not like, oh, you've got to use it in a really, really significantly different way. You just need to allow the roller to grab the plates. So you're just giving it a fighting chance of getting a hold of it. Whereas it's sort of almost slipping off that flat edge. So does that kind of make sense? there you go. That is my top tip. The other thing to consider as well is if it's slipping around on the surface, this mini, if it's anything like mine, is floating around on my desk. And also floating around on my desk is embossing powder, bits of glitter, bits of paper. You know, my desk isn't always the backs of dimensionals, things like that. So if it is slipping, it's because generally these rubber stoppers might have bits of fluff and paper and whatever else. So just make sure that they're clean. Maybe wipe with your chamois, and you'll find that they will stick then much better. So there you go. That's your top tips for your little lovely machine. So handy. Love my mini. There you go. Do I turn my plate? Yes, I do turn my plates over, but I don't swap. So I will keep that as my cutting plate. So I might turn it that way. I generally have it that way, but I will keep that as my top plate. Then when my bottom plate has absolutely had it, I'll buy more plates. That will become my bottom plate, and then I'll use one of the new ones. And that way you're getting more bang for your buck out of your plates rather than swapping two out every time. You kind of swap them through in that way. And I do the same for my big machine as well. I keep one for the top, always cut into the bottom, and then when that one's had enough, then that becomes my cutting plate, and so on. So that's another way to kind of change your plates through. There you go. Dan says, love, love, love my mini too. Yes, so handy. I'll take proper photos of these and put them up as well. If anyone has any questions about the card and a cuppa, if you've joined later, or if you have any extra questions, then please feel free to message me. I will be happy to help. Oh look, I've got blue paint on my cheek. I've got Pacific Point. I'll just move further back and sit like this. It's a sign of a good evening crafting, isn't it, if you've got blue paint on your face? The Card and a Cuppa Extra is open, and it's open for the early bird price now until the 4th. Anyone in that group, my team and people who are in and have purchased to be a part of the Card and a Cuppa Extra group will also be receiving my Catalogue Countdown launch for free as part of that group. I will be sending out Zoom links, and they will also be in the group for Friday the 1st, Saturday the 2nd and Monday the 4th. There will be 3 Zoom lives from 7:30 till about 8:30, but we'll see how that goes. If you'd like to come along just to the Catalogue Countdown, it's £5 and it's available to book on my blog, and that will be on Zoom, and then you would have those videos sent out to you afterwards as well. If anyone has any questions, please feel free to give me a shout. I did talk quite a lot about the Card and a Cuppa Extra at the start of this Facebook Live. So if you've joined later, then you can zip back and you'll be able to hear all the details of there as well. So have a lovely rest of your week, whatever you are up to. Hopefully you can get a little bit of crafting time in. And I will see you next year, which sounds a bit odd, doesn't it? So the Catalogue Countdown will be on the New Year's Day, New Year's evening. And I will be back for my Sunday Facebook Live as normal next week. So I will see you all then. Have a lovely rest of your week. Stay safe, stay well, and I will see you soon. Thanks everyone. Bye.